Part 8, A New Dawn, Shadows and Light. The forest exhaled a deep sigh as Alex and Bulbasaur ventured deeper into its heart. Each step they took seemed to echo through the ancient trees, blending with the murmuring of the leaves overhead. The air was thick with anticipation, the path ahead obscured by a veil of uncertainty. Bulbasaur's vine gripped tightly in Alex's hand. They pressed on, their resolve unwavering despite the daunting darkness that surrounded them. The whispers that once haunted their journey had faded, replaced now by a haunting silence that seemed to pulse with unseen life. "We're close, Bulbasaur," Alex whispered, their voice barely audible in the stillness. "I can feel it." Bulbasaur nodded in agreement, its eyes reflecting the faint glow of Alex's determination. Together, they had faced countless trials, their bond growing stronger with each challenge overcome. The betrayal they had uncovered had only fueled their determination to see this journey through to its end. The path twisted and turned, weaving through gnarled roots and twisted vines that seemed to reach out like skeletal fingers. The canopy above filtered the sunlight into dappled patterns on the forest floor, creating a maze of light and shadow. Suddenly the forest opened into a small clearing, bathed in an ethereal, otherworldly light. At its center stood an ancient tree, its bark weathered and gnarled with age. The tree loomed like a sentinel, its branches stretching toward the heavens in a silent plea for redemption. And there, at the base of the tree, stood a figure cloaked in shadow. "It's him," Alex murmured, their voice tinged with equal parts dread and determination. The man who had haunted their journey, the guardian of the forest's darkest secrets, stood before them once more. His presence seemed to cast a pall over the clearing, his eyes glinting with a malevolent gleam. "You've come a long way, Alex," the man's voice echoed through the stillness, his tone laced with contempt. "But this is where your journey ends." Alex's grip tightened on Bulbasaur's vine, their jaw set in defiance. "We're not afraid of you," they declared, their voice ringing clear in the silence. "We know your secrets, and we're not backing down." The man's laugh was a chilling sound, sending shivers down Alex's spine. "Brave words," he sneered, his eyes never leaving Alex's. "But bravery won't save you. The forest has chosen you, Alex. You cannot escape its grasp." With a flick of his hand, the man summoned a wave of dark energy that crackled through the air. Bulbasaur leapt into action, its vines whipping through the space to deflect the attack. The clearing erupted into chaos, shadows and light colliding in a tumultuous battle. Alex's heart pounded in their chest as they dodged the man's relentless assaults. Each movement was calculated, every step taken with unwavering resolve. Bulbasaur fought valiantly by their side, its attacks precise and powerful. But the man was relentless, his movements almost inhuman. He seemed to anticipate their every move, his dark energy growing stronger with each passing moment. The weight of his presence pressed down on Alex like a suffocating blanket, threatening to overwhelm their resolve. "We can't keep this up," Alex thought, their mind racing. "We need to find a way to weaken him." As the battle raged on, Alex's gaze fell upon the ancient runes carved into the base of the tree. The symbols glowed faintly in response to the man's power, their meaning obscured yet tantalizingly close. An idea began to form in Alex's mind, a desperate plan that might just give them the upper hand. "Bulbasaur!" they shouted above the din of battle. "We need to draw him toward the tree. I have a plan." Bulbasaur nodded in understanding, its eyes gleaming with determination. Together they began to drive the man backward, using every ounce of their strength to push him toward the ancient tree. The man seemed to sense their intent, his eyes narrowing with suspicion. "What are you planning, Alex?" he demanded, his voice laced with anger. But Alex remained silent, their focus unwavering. They continued to press forward, their every move calculated and precise. Finally, they reached the base of the ancient tree. The man's back was against the weathered bark, his eyes blazing with fury. "You think this will save you?" he spat, his voice filled with venom. Alex ignored his taunts, their gaze fixed on the glowing runes at their feet. "Now, Bulbasaur!" they cried out. With a primal roar, Bulbasaur unleashed a torrent of energy, its vines wrapping around the man's amulet with fierce determination. The ancient symbols blazed with blinding intensity, resonating with the amulet's dark energy. The man screamed in rage and agony as the runes drained his strength, his dark power ebbing away like a retreating tide. His form flickered and wavered, the shadows that cloaked him dispersing into the air like smoke. For a moment, the clearing was bathed in a brilliant, searing light. The ancient tree seemed to absorb the energy, its branches reaching toward the sky in a silent chorus of triumph. As the light faded, Alex and Bulbasaur stood panting, their breaths ragged with exhaustion. They had done it. They had defeated the man and freed the forest from his malevolent influence. "We did it, Bulbasaur," Alex murmured, their voice filled with awe and relief. "We actually did it." Bulbasaur nuzzled against Alex, its eyes shining with affection and pride. They had faced countless challenges and overcome unimaginable odds, but they had emerged victorious. The forest exhaled a collective sigh of relief as the echoes of battle faded into the surrounding silence. Alex and Bulbasaur stood amidst the remnants of their struggle, their chests rising and falling with exertion. The once menacing figure lay defeated at their feet, his form dissolving into wisps of shadow that scattered in the gentle breeze. As the last remnants of darkness dispersed, the clearing bathed in the warm glow of the rising sun. Its rays filtered through the canopy above, casting dappled patterns of light and shadow on the forest floor. The ancient tree stood as a silent sentinel, its weathered bark now a symbol of strength and resilience. "We did it!" Alex repeated softly, their voice filled with a mix of disbelief and elation. They turned to Bulbasaur, a smile spreading across their face. "We really did it, Bulbasaur." Bulbasaur chirped happily, its eyes reflecting the pride and relief that mirrored Alex's own emotions. The bond between them had never felt stronger, forged through adversity and tested in the crucible of battle. The forest seemed to sigh in agreement, the tension that had hung heavy in the air dissipating like morning mist. Birds resumed their chirping in the treetops, and a gentle breeze stirred the leaves in a soothing lullaby. Alex took a deep breath, the scent of earth and foliage filling their lungs. It was a moment of quiet reflection amidst the chaos that had defined their journey. They had come so far, faced so much, and yet their adventure was far from over. Turning toward the ancient tree, Alex approached cautiously, as if expecting it to reveal more secrets hidden within its gnarled branches. The runes carved into its bark glowed faintly, remnants of the ancient power that had been harnessed to defeat their adversary. "We couldn't have done it without you," Alex whispered, their voice reverent. "Thank you." The tree remained silent, but seemed to radiate a sense of acknowledgement. Its presence was reassuring, a constant reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things, and the enduring spirit of the forest itself. Bulbasaur joined Alex at the base of the tree, its expression one of quiet contemplation. Together they stood in awe of the ancient power that pulsed through the forest, a power that had once seemed so daunting and yet had ultimately been their ally. As the sun continued its ascent, bathing the forest in the golden light of morning, Alex and Bulbasaur exchanged a silent vow. They would continue their journey, not as conquerors of the forest, but as its guardians. Their bond, forged in the crucible of adversity, would guide them forward into the unknown. The shadows of the past were behind them now, their secrets laid bare, and their darkness vanquished. The future stretched out before them like an uncharted path, filled with promise and possibility. "We're ready for whatever comes next, aren't we, Bulbasaur?" Alex said softly, their voice tinged with determination. Bulbasaur nodded, its eyes gleaming with unwavering resolve. Together they would face the challenges ahead, knowing that their journey was far from over, and that the forest would always be their home. With a final glance at the ancient tree, Alex and Bulbasaur turned and walked back into the heart of the forest. The shadows no longer held fear for them. Instead, they embraced the dappled light and the gentle rustling of leaves. Their adventure had brought them to the edge of darkness and back again, but now they stood on the threshold of a new beginning. With each step, they left behind the trials of the past and embraced the promise of a new dawn. The forest whispered its secrets, a gentle reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things. Alex and Bulbasaur listened, their hearts filled with gratitude and anticipation for the adventures yet to come. And as they disappeared into the embrace of the forest, the echoes of their journey lingered in the air, a testament to the enduring spirit of courage, friendship, and the unbreakable bond between trainer and Pokémon.